Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. If you are planning to study abroad, congratulations. It can be an incredibly enriching and life-changing experience. However, before you jump into it, there are some important things to consider. In this video, we will be discussing 10 things to consider before studying abroad. Before we start, first hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any other future videos posted on the channel. Let's start. 1. Research your destination. The first thing to consider is to research your destination. You need to learn about the country's culture, customs, and way of life. Research their educational system, student visa requirements, and housing options. Look up the cost of living and plan your budget accordingly. 2. Your academic goals. The second thing to consider is your academic goals. Consider the courses you want to take, the academic standards of your host university, and how they align with your academic goals. Make sure that the courses you take abroad can transfer back to your home university. 3. Your language proficiency. If you are planning to study in a country where the language is not your native language, consider your language proficiency. Make sure that you can communicate effectively in the language of instruction. Consider taking a language course or finding language exchange programs to improve your language skills. 4. The cultural differences. The fourth thing to consider is the cultural differences. Be prepared to adapt to a new culture and way of life. Consider the differences in social norms, food, and communication styles. Learn about the local customs and be respectful of their culture. 5. Your safety. It is essential to consider is your safety. Research the crime rates and political stability of the country you plan to study in. Register with your embassy, learn about emergency services and familiarize yourself with the local laws. 6. Your housing options. The next thing to consider is your housing options. Look into the different housing options available to you. Consider the cost, location, and safety of the accommodation. Look up reviews and ask for recommendations from other students who have studied abroad. 7. Your healthcare options. Afterwards, consider your healthcare options. Look into the healthcare system of the country you plan to study in. Check if you need any vaccinations or medical insurance before you leave. Make sure you know how to access medical care in case of an emergency. 8. Your finances. The eighth thing to consider is your finances. Studying abroad can be expensive, so it's important to plan your budget carefully. Consider the cost of living, tuition fees, accommodation, and travel expenses. Look into scholarships, grants, and student loans to help you finance your studies. 9. Your support system. Then consider your support system. Studying abroad can be challenging, so it's important to have a support system in place. Stay in touch with your family and friends back home, and connect with other international students in your host university. 10. Your post-study plans. Finally, consider is your post-study plans. Consider how studying abroad will impact your future career and academic plans. Will you pursue further studies or start your career? Make a plan for your return and how you can use your international experience to your advantage. Conclusion. There you have it, 10 things to consider before studying abroad. Remember, studying abroad can be an incredibly enriching and life-changing experience, but it requires careful planning and preparation. If you have any other tips or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to our channel if you find our contents helpful. Stay safe and see you in the next video.